1,000 hours is a lot of time to invest in a video game, but in Omega Ruby and Pokemon Y, altogether I have well over 1,000 hours. This is kind of a joint video. I'm not doing one save on this one, I'm just doing both at the same time because these are just the saves that I've had for well over a year now and I never reset them. I think that's just the best way to play Pokemon. Like, once you beat the game, you just keep on playing it until you've just done everything the game has to offer. I find that very fun. Some people like to reset, but personally, just writing out the save file and creating a journey that you can remember and look back on with fond memories that's how I play the game. This one is harder to see. I know my other DS is going to look better, but I did not start my journey on the 1st of January 2011. That's when I found my DS again. It was on like factory settings to when like the DS had been created or something, or just I don't know what that number is, but that's not when I started the save file. So I have 1.5 million Poké Dollars. Probably could have a lot more. I just never really focused on grinding that. So 478 hours, and on my Omega Ruby save, I have 691 hours, 11,000 Poké Dollars, and I started on March 16th, 2024, and I entered the Hall of Fame about a little over a week later. So yeah, these have kind of been my passion projects for quite a while now, and it's been really fun. So this video, I'm going to be showcasing what these save files have to offer. Actually, more so my Omega Ruby save file, because I traded most of my Pokemon from this game. The only things of note in this game are, of course, I have all 5 Battle Maison trophies. Really fun. I love the Battle Maison. It's so much more complex than other battle facilities. Like, you can do super singles, super doubles, super triples. I was saying those out of order, but that's super okay. Well, there's singles, doubles, triples, rotation, and multi battles. And it took a lot of planning to get good teams in there. Planning and figuring out how to like breed for Pokemon and get good IVs and then train them up with EVs, which is actually really easy in this generation because it's just the super training. It takes like an hour maybe to fully train your Pokemon, when before it would take like 3 hours, just knocking out Pokemon over and over again, which I do like that. I like doing that because you feel more proud of the Pokemon that you made after it's all trained up and everything. But I think for the sake of time, I do like the super training a little better overall. But the only thing of note in this save is like, well, first of all, my customized character. Orange is my favorite color, so I really like in Y that you can like actually pick your outfit, which you can't do in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So I have 50 wins in all of these. You already can tell because of all the trophies, but my super triple battles, I have 243 straight wins. I could have gotten more. I lost because of a misclick. I used Brave Bird with my Staraptor onto an Aggron when I was trying to use close combat, and I lost the match because of that, pretty much. Doing the Battle Maison is like, once you get to a certain point, it's very repetitive and not very fun anymore. I wanted to go for like a world record or something, like trying to get to like 5,000 wins or something, but it just gets really repetitive. I could never just spam battles for hours. And you're like, eventually you are probably going to lose because of a critical hit or you get frozen or something, so there's not much point in trying to get really high win streaks. But I'm proud of my 243. It was fun. I had a really nice team that I spent quite a bit of time on. But yeah, there's not too much else in XY. I'll probably do a video dedicated to XY. That's the first game I ever played in Pokemon back in like 2013. So I'll do a dedicated video for XY, but this video is more about Omega Ruby. But for the XY video, I think I will be starting a new save file and trying to get like a living dex of the Gen 6 Pokemon and stuff. So I have all 5 trophies in Omega Ruby as well. I think I originally got all the trophies in Omega Ruby, but then I moved my competitive Pokemon to my Y game. And from there, it was pretty easy. Once I beat the Battle Maison once, it was like I knew a lot of the sets, I knew how to play it, and I only had to, like, it was like on my first or second attempt each time I would get the trophy, so it wasn't super difficult to get it the second time around. The first time around, it took a lot of trial and error. The first teams I built were embarrassingly bad. I had a team that I was going to use Mega Alakazam, and I invested full HP and defense into it, and I was going to use a move that, no, barrier. It was barrier. It raises your defense by 2, and I was like, oh, well, it's going to be a super tank because it has max HP, max defense, max very high special defense, and it's going to be a +2, and I was going to use like a supporting Pokemon to help it out, help it set up, and then it would start spamming Dazzling Gleam, which isn't even stab. I thought Dazzling Gleam was going to be good enough to just shred teams because of that base attack stat of like 180 special attack or something. I never actually built the team. I'm glad I didn't, because very soon I realized how bad it was. But the Battle Maison takes a lot of time to get used. Like, it takes a lot of time to get used to. But once you figure out how to make good teams, it's pretty easy. And I think from now on, I mostly want to make teams that are more niche and not like just a bunch of OU Pokemon stuffed together with decent synergy. Just a team that has good synergy but like bad Pokemon, that's the most fun to use. I also have a 93 win streak on Omega Ruby. Yeah, 93 straight wins, pretty good. I was testing out the team that got to 243 wins, but I also lost. It was a bit different. I made some adjustments after I lost. It was like Garchomp in the lead. That was the only thing that was really different. Garchomp was in the lead instead of the Mega Kangaskhan I had. I don't remember how I lost. I think I just got bored and I was like, I kind of just wanted to lose because I wanted to start using the actual team. And once you want to lose in the Battle Maison, it's pretty easy to lose. Oh, spoiler alert, yeah, I have some shinies on here, but I will be getting into that later. Not too much later, but that's not really what I wanted to start off with. So in my party, the only Pokemon I have in my party right now is my Fletchinder. Here's my Fletchinder. Nothing too special. It's level 80. I never evolved it. I gave it an Everstone, so it never evolved. I really like Fletchinder. I also like, this was really the backbone of a lot of my competitive teams and stuff, because if you know, Flame Body while breeding is really, really good because it doubles the amount of time eggs hatch. No, halves the amount of time it takes for eggs to hatch if you have it at the front of your party. Great Pokemon to have, really useful. I mean, I could have used any Flame Body Pokemon, but this is the one I chose. If you notice, a lot of my names are like show references. My original Y game, it was like all Breaking Bad characters or Better Call Saul. One of my saves, it was all Star Wars characters. All of my shinies are named after Star Wars characters. So this is a Star Wars character, Nouveau Vindy. On all 4 of my Gen 6 games, I have ORAS and XY. I have the Shiny Charm. I grinded for that on all 4 games. Well, on Y and Omega Ruby, I got the Shiny Charms and like just traded them within the games. But once I got the Shiny Charm those 2 times, it was like I just traded everything. It took a long time because each trade takes about 40 seconds. So it took me like a week to get all the Shiny Charms, but it was kind of worth it. I've kind of quit shiny hunting for a while. I thought I was going to be doing a lot more, so That's why I got all the shiny charms. It ended up kind of being a waste of time getting all 4, because I really like the shinies that I've gotten, but I've focused on other things when I play the game. But I'll quickly go over some of these. Druddigon, I really like Druddigon, cool Pokemon. Haven't really gotten to use it too much though. Zipstrike is pretty cool. Have a Salamence, pretty cool. I like Chestnut. I know a lot of people don't really like Chestnut, so I'm not a huge fan, but I think it's pretty cool. Aggron, Oshawott, almost got that Piplup, that's not Piplup. Yeah, there's not much that's too interesting about these Pokemon. Just kind of random names. Nothing too special about them. But, you know, it's cool. They helped me get the shiny charm. Oh, I'll do the legendaries in a minute. That's gonna be interesting, but I have all these Ralts so I can sync the natures because of the synchronize ability. That was really useful. Basically, if you lead a Pokemon with the synchronize ability, there's a 50% chance that the Pokemon that you encounter has the nature that synchronized Pokemon has. So like this Gardevoir has timid, it has synchronized, so there's a 50% chance that each Pokemon that I encounter has the timid nature, which is very important for battling in the Battle Maison or any sort of competitive scene. Gives you a boost in stats and a negative in stats, but if you do it right, you don't really get the negatives. So I have like all 20. I'm missing one. I don't know which nature it is. I haven't really been doing breeding lately, so it doesn't matter too much. These ones have really random names. But then these are all of my like throwaway breeding Pokemon. Have Drillbur. I never actually made an Excadrill build. I was hoping to. I wanted to have a Mold Breaker Excadrill, but I ended up not needing it. And to get a Mold Breaker Excadrill, I would have needed to get the correct Mirage Island. That takes a long time because there's only like 2 or 3 islands that have Excadrill. It wasn't worth waiting for. I also had a Garchomp, so it was pretty similar. Whismur. I think Whismur is like field, so I can breed that with like. I think I use that to make Luxray. I have a Luxray build. That's pretty cool. The Gible I used to make Garchomp. Eevee, I was going to build an Umbreon, but then I ended up building a Vaporeon. I really like Vaporeon, it's pretty cool. Kangaskhan. Again, needed that to make Kangaskhan. Wait, no. Yeah, I mean, this is what I used to make Kangaskhan. If you see like all of these markings, that's each one correlates to their perfect IV. I don't know if Game Freak actually wanted it to be like that. The marking system just matches up perfectly. That's like HP, defense, attack, special defense, speed. Actually, I got those mixed up, but basically it's perfect, and I can just, each one of them that's marked is a perfect IV, which is like just the maximum amount of stats that it can get for its level besides EVs. Yeah, it's a, if you don't know about it, it's a complicated system, but if you know, you know. And once you figure it out, it's actually really simple. I like EVs and IVs. I made a Tyranitar at one point, so this is what I used to make that. There's Whismur. I made a Conkeldurr and a Throw with this, I think. No, my throw was hard to make because it's only males, so you had to make it. I didn't have a high IV Ditto, and then it's a male only species. So Shinx for Luxray, Ralts for Gardevoir, another Ralts. Oh yeah, here's one with Pokerus. I got Pokerus about a year ago on my Y save. I think, I don't know how I got it. I just checked my box and it was like Pokerus. I didn't even know what it was, but I got it. And Pokerus doesn't really matter in Gen 6. It's cool that I got it, but it mattered a lot more in older generations when you had to battle Pokemon to get EVs. because it doubles the amount of EVs you get per battle. But it doesn't really matter with super training, because super training I think is already faster than Pokerus battling. I actually don't know that, but I have enough fun with super training, and I think I'm pretty much done with training up Pokemon in Gen 6. I don't know why I have a Snorunt. Some Pokemon, like, you had to have a different species because it would be like easier for me to get a high IV on a different species, even though that's not what I'm actually training up. Dino, I have a Hydreigon. I love my competitive Hydreigon, Shinx, Larvitar, Whismur. Minun, again, probably one that I was breeding up a high IV one. That was I don't have a competitive Minun. Pikachu is really good. Having a high IV field Pokemon is really good. Field and Fairy, that was very helpful. Farfetch, Minun, Starly, that was for my Staraptor, very cool. And my Cottony. If you see any of these that are in French, that's because my X save is in French, so I could get Ditto that I could Masuda hunt with. And then I also have a Clefairy for my Clefairy build. Another Pikachu. Yeah, those aren't as interesting. Let me get back to my mains. Okay, the less interesting ones are my Sharpedo. It's Dive, Surf, Rock Smash, Strength. Just a useful Pokemon to have, especially with Surf and Omega Ruby. You go really fast with Sharpedo. That's a really cool feature. I like that. Jigglypuff. We have Riz the Jigglypuff for Cute Charm. Cute Charm is great here because if I ever want to get a certain gender, like if I want to breed a Pokemon, then I know I'm gonna need a female. And it's like, oh, I'll put the Cute Charm out there, and there's a 75% chance now. Well, 50% plus what it was before. So if it was a 50% chance to be female, now it's going to be 75% chance with Cute Charm. And then I have one for male and female. So yeah, this is my French Ditto, level 75. Use it for a lot of breeding stuff. This I named Hunter after Hunter from Star Wars: The Bad Batch. And it has sweet scent, so if you're in the tall grass, then you just call a horde. And that's 5 Pokemon at once. That's really good for shiny hunting. Django Fett, the Latios, Fly, Waterfall, Surf, Cut. Just another HMployee. Sticky, the Grimer. That's really good for chain fishing. It has the sticky hold ability. So every time you fish, there's a guarantee that you're going to catch a fish, and then it's a lot easier to chain. And chain fishing is so good for shiny hunting. Even without the shiny charm, you're at like 1 in 100 odds, which is crazy after 20 in a row. You just have to get the timing of the fishing down. Okay, we are finally into the interesting ones. So here is Resonance, my Raichu, caught in a luxury ball. I don't think it was caught. I might have bred this one. I think I just caught it. I used it to go through the Battle Chateau in Y, because my Y save is like totally completed. Like, there's really not much else I can do. Besides TMs, I'm really bad about getting TMs. I don't even have all my TMs on this game. Just the ones that aren't in Mirage Islands. But on my Y save that I have 500 hours in, I have like half of the TMs. Other than that, my Y save is super completed. Like, I've done everything, like everything you can possibly think of in that game I've probably done. The Pokemon, oh, also Raichu is just like one of my favorite Pokemon, especially shiny Raichu. I don't have one yet, but it looks really cool. I don't like how in the anime they're like, you can't evolve your Pikachu into a Raichu. Like, Raichu is really cool. Why can't Ash evolve his Pikachu into Raichu? I mean, I get it. It's like, I get what they're trying to do, but I don't get why they're trying to do it. Oops. Here is my Greninja Lalo. This was the first Pokemon that I got, like, at all. I chose my starter as Froakie when I started my Y save and trained up this Greninja, level 100 now. Yeah, this is the one that started it all. About a year and a half ago, I started in like February 2024. Just found my DS in the closet, picked it up, and Lalo was on my team, my starter. Didn't really know much about the game at the time because I hadn't played in like 8 years. Same with Hank. This was one of my first ones I got on Y. Both Greninja and Venusaur are just some of my favorite Pokemon overall, so seeing these it's nostalgic and they're just really cool Pokemon. Okay. Interference, the Pinsir. Named after a synthwave song that I like. I use this for the Battle Chateau as well. I really like the Mega form of Pinsir. It has orange on it. If I didn't mention that before, that's my favorite color. So it has orange on the wings, and I think that looks really cool. And it's underrated. Like, I don't think too many people would say they like Mega Pinsir a lot. I wouldn't say it's my favorite Mega, but it's like top 3 probably. Mudkip. I have this in my mains. In my mains folder, but this is just the egg move Pokemon that I used to make my Endeavor Aaron, which actually I don't think I have on this save. So basically I had this really cool strategy in the Battle Maison where it was like a rotation battle, and I would have an Aaron. I mean, everyone knows the strategy at this point, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it, but the Fear Aaron strat where I get hit and I take a hit, it's level 1, goes down to Sturdy, use Endeavor, and then the Sandstream chip takes them down. But it just worked so well in rotation battles because I could set the Sand the first turn and then just switch to Aaron. It doesn't work like that in single battles because you have to wait the whole turn to switch, but then you can't use Endeavor on that turn. But you can switch and use Endeavor on the same turn, so it was super overpowered. And it was very easy to get to 50 wins after that. I have my white Florges. It's a very cool Pokemon. I really like how there's different forms, and the rarest one is white. It's very clean, the white Florges, and it's like a 1% chance in the grass to get one. I have like 5 white Florges though, because I think I was like shiny hunting and I kept finding white Flabebe. I don't have 5 white Florges. I only have 1 Florges that I evolved from the white variant. It's just a cool concept how rare it is. Pyroar, Wachtel, Better Call Saul name. I really like Pyroar. I don't think too many people like Pyroar, but I think it's a really cool Pokemon. I've always liked lions. I just got this Honedge the other day. Well, I didn't just get it the other day, but basically I was getting all the TMs in Omega Ruby because, again, I'm really bad at getting TMs, and I was like, oh, I probably should get some TMs before I make this video, because like I've had this saved for like over a year now and I don't have all the TMs, but it's just not something I focus on. But to get frustration, I needed to make a Pokemon hate me, and I fainted it, used a Revival Herb on it like 5 times, and I got it down to 0 friendliness, which that was overkill, but this Pokemon hates me, so it has the full power frustration. Well, the funny thing about frustration is the more you use it, the more the Pokemon likes you and the less power it does. So return is most of the time better. For a long time, I thought that Farfetch'd was called Quacklin when I was a little kid, because I always had a Farfetch'd on my team, but it was the traded one that always had the name Quacklin. So I just called this Pokemon Quacklin for a while. But this was my false swiper for a long time. It learns false swipe. There's a small community of people who love Farfetch'd, I like it. I think it's pretty cool, but very bad Pokemon. I had to have it super over leveled for it to be anywhere near viable. Infernape, I mean, you either like Infernape or you don't, and I think I'm in the boat where I really like Infernape. It's just a cool Pokemon. It's fast, it's strong, and it's a monkey that's on fire. Like, what is cooler than that? It has just a bunch of attacking moves. I use this for Dex Nav hunting, for shiny hunting. You'll notice a lot of the Pokemon that I used for all of this stuff, like all of these Pokemon, especially that I used for like Dex Nav hunting, this was before I really understood stuff about Pokemon. So I just have a lot of random moves that don't make sense. It is what it is. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was one of those people for quite a while that would not run any sort of status moves. I would only run attacking moves. But I've matured and grown, and now that I know that there's many ways to use them, and they can actually be better than attacking moves sometimes. But yeah, that took a little bit. Oh, I forgot I had a save where I named all my characters, or all my Pokemon after Ninjago characters. And my OT was Sensei Wu. I had Jay, the Delphox. I like this Delphox, it's cool. I like Delphox. This is my Bisharp. I like Bisharp, it's really cool. Very well-rounded Pokemon, Dark Steel type. Has that nice 4x weakness to fighting. But again, I mostly just use this for Dex Nav. And in hindsight, I don't really know why I had Guillotine for Dex Nav. But again, I did not know what I was doing, and I didn't know what Guillotine really was. And it only has 5 PP, which is not good for Dex Nav hunting. But you live and you learn. Aegislash, very cool Pokemon. For a while, this was my false swiper, but it got so annoying because every time I tried to attack, it had to switch forms first, which just added a bunch of time to my grinding. That's when I switched to Farfetch'd. Great Pokemon, would not recommend for being your false swiper. Noivern, level 100, used for Dex Nav hunting. I love Noivern, super cool Pokemon. I wish it was a little better, but it is what it is. Boom Burst is such a good move for Dex Nav hunting because it just always KOs everything. At this point it's level 100, but when it was like level 60, it was like just taking KOs on literally anything. It was so good. It's 140 base power, not even stab, but it does so much damage. Lucario, another level 100. This Pokemon has been in the Hall of Fame so many times. This Pokemon is so good for the Elite Four in ORAS. It's just incredible. It gets Shadow Ball, takes out all the ghost types. Aura Sphere takes out all of the fighting types. Rock Slide, very good for those dragons. Like Drake has some Pokemon weak to Rock Slide. I think I had a different move there. I don't know. But Aura Sphere also takes care of the rock types. Dragon Pulse takes care of the dragon types. Like with this moveset, you just one-shot all of the Elite Four. So I just took this to a ton of Elite Four battles when I was trying to grind Pokemon, grind money. And it has an amulet coin because I wanted to maximize the amount of money that I got from each battle. With the champion, Steven, you needed a little bit more help. I think I usually brought like Reshiram with me because I had Turbo Blaze and I could take out the Aggron in one hit. But once it was like level 100, it didn't matter. Okay, now it's time for the fun part. Well, the fun part is the shinies. That's the best. But we have Merciless, the Kangaskhan. This has been on pretty much every single one of my Battle Maison teams. Adamant nature, almost perfect IV, doesn't have a perfect special defense IV, doesn't have perfect special attack, but there's always one stat that doesn't matter unless it's like a mixed attacker. So it's fine to not have perfect IVs in special attack because I don't have any special attacking moves. Return, Sucker Punch, Fake Out, Earthquake. Kangaskhan is just so good. Yeah, Very well-rounded. It can one-shot like most Pokemon with return. If they're not invested in defense or like they're not defensive by nature, it just one-shots them with return. It's a 102 base power normal move. Because of the parental bond ability, it hits twice, the second time hitting for 50%. But it does so much damage. It does so much. So it's been on like all of my teams. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like in the future, I want to make teams that aren't like I'm using the best of the best. I want to use Pokemon that you would never think of and make them work, because that's more fun than just like... I love Mega Kangaskhan. It's a great Pokemon. Like if Mega Kangaskhan weren't even good, Kangaskhan would already be one of my favorite Pokemon. But Mega Kangaskhan being so good is just like, wow. That's over the top. Professor, named after a Money Heist character, the Professor. 6 IVs, 6 perfect IVs. Now I'm gonna showcase that it truly does have 6 perfect IVs, because it's not that rare. I don't know, but I wasn't trying to go for 6 IVs. I just checked, and I had 6 IVs. Of course, I was breeding. I was breeding for it with 2 Pokemon that had 5 IVs. But I didn't think I was going to get one with perfect IVs. HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. The perfect Garchomp. Actually, I don't know what's its nature. Yeah, it's Jolly, which means it's plus speed, minus special attack. Perfect. Very fast. Just... Garchomp is so good. Everyone knows how good Garchomp is. And this was also very useful. I didn't use it on all my teams. I used it on rotation battles, multi-battles, and I used it for like my later run when I was trying to get to like 200 wins. Landorus Therian. Called it Pogelandia after Outer Banks. Caught in a luxury ball. Perfect attack IV. Perfect special attack IV. And special defense. I think I put it in the wrong spot. It's definitely special defense and speed. Adamant nature. It's a little slow. It's on the slow side. It's 90 base speed. I don't know. I mean, I made it work. 90 isn't too slow. It's max speed in EVs, max attack. It hits like a truck. It's like 145 base attack, I think. Earthquake does so much if you're not resisting it. Just have to be careful with Earthquake and stuff, because of course it hits your own teammates. And U-turn is really good for utility. Yashi Berry, of course. I mean, the 4 times ice weakness is very bad. So having a Yashi Berry, I mean, it's not going to survive a normal, like, say you get hit by like a blizzard, it's not going to survive if it's stab, especially. But if you get hit by like a non-stab ice punch, at least you're definitely going to survive with the Yachi Berry. This is what I use for my 200 win streak. I put this out in the middle on triples. It has Intimidate, so you get that attack lowering effect for free, basically. I thought this was more for utility, but Staraptor was really good. Close combat, Brave Bird. Stab Brave Birds do so much from Staraptor. I think it has a 120 base attack stat, but it's strong. It does a lot. U-turn is amazing. Just because I could reset the Intimidate. I'd switch out and then I'd come back in later in the battle, especially if I couldn't do any damage with like Brave Bird close combat, and then I'd come in later and get the Intimidate off again. I had a Choice Scarf, Final Gambit in case there was something I really couldn't deal with. Choice Scarf makes me go first like 90% of the time. Actually, not really. If there were other Choice Scarf Pokemon, I was getting outsped because I was not invested in speed at all. I was max HP, max attack. So I didn't invest anything in speed besides the fact that I had... Actually, I think I had like 50 points in speed, but not much at all. Very good Pokemon. I really like Staraptor. Like, it's growing on me. Shadow. I love Shadow, the Hydreigon. Level 80. Modest nature. I kind of wish I went for timid. I was getting outsped a lot. but you know, you can't really change anything like that. Levitate, Earth Power, Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, really good coverage. I've ran it on a lot of items, Life Orb, Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, Focus Sash even, for a Tailwind set. I've mixed it around quite a bit. It's very versatile. The 4x Fairy weakness is tough, but the thing about having a 4x weakness is, especially when you're facing AI, is like, you know when they're going to be attacking that slot. Like if there's a Fairy type in front of you, you know you're going to get hit by a Fairy type attack. So it's like, you can just switch out. It's not that difficult. Supernova. I'm going to take this one out of the box because I have all of the ribbons possible on this Pokemon. I really like this Sylveon. It's level 88. 8 is my favorite number. I don't think I did that on purpose. Also has the timid nature. I don't know why I did that. Eventually it actually worked out because I started using it in Tailwind. So it would actually start outspeeding things you wouldn't really think a Sylveon would outspeed. So the timid nature actually ended up helping. But originally I wanted modest. I don't know how I ended up with timid. I think I just like accidentally did it, and like I'd fully trained it up and I realized that it was timid, so I was like, alright, I guess I'll just roll with it. It's a really good Pokemon anyway. It wasn't like a huge deal because that was minus attack. I wasn't using any attack. But yeah, this has like every single ribbon you can get in Gen 6 without transferring, which Sylveon can't be transferred anyway. Hoenn Champion ribbon, Kalos Champion ribbon, Contest Star ribbon. Why am I saying ribbon? Ribbon. Yeah, Contest Star ribbon. That means I have like every single contest. It's a kind of a funny story because I hate the contest, the Pokemon contest. It does not interest me at all. And I was like, am I gonna do this? I don't know. But then I was like, I want Sylveon to have that sparkle when you send it out into battle, so I was like, okay, I guess I gotta do it. But I was like, I'm just gonna do one day of contest hall, and in like 4 hours I completed it, and it was like 10 minutes before 12, and I was like, I'm never playing Pokemon contest for like, I'm never doing it again. It was just that one day. That was the exception, which I don't know, maybe I'll end up playing them again at some point, but they're so boring in my opinion. I don't know. I don't get it. It doesn't appeal to me. So, I don't know. Some people might like it. It doesn't. I don't like it. But the ribbons that you get from it are pretty cool. So I got like Coolness Master, Toughness Master, Cleverness Master, Cuteness Master, Beauty Master. And then we have Best Friends ribbon, Training ribbon, Skillful Battler ribbon, which is nice because I got that from using this in the Battle Maison. Expert Battler, Downcast ribbon. I don't even know what that is. Oh yeah, there's just like random ribbons you got for, there's like once a day you get a different ribbon. Effort ribbon, I think that was for getting max EVs. Careless, Relax, Snooze, Smile, Gorgeous, Royal, I don't know. Oh, these ones like, these were so expensive. They were like $1 million Poké Dollars. One was like 100k, one was $1 million. Very expensive. Footprint ribbon. Yeah, so this is basically all the ribbons you can get, and it's on this Sylveon. And because I have that contest ribbon, I can start a battle. So as you can see, once I send out my Sylveon, it sparkles, kind of like a shiny. Okay, so there's Sylveon. Now, this is the first shiny we're going to go over. I don't have it with the rest of my shinies, but yeah, this is super cool. I love orange, I love cottony, and I use this in the Battle Maison for my 250 win streak. It's surprisingly good. It's all about AI manipulation. It's similar to like them attacking the level 1 Aaron. It's a level 8 cottony. It's my favorite number, so kept it at level 8, and they will always target it. And since I had the prankster nature, prankster ability, I can set up Tailwind, and then I go down. So basically I set up Tailwind, I go down, and I can bring in my main attacker, Typhlosion. That was the dynamic duo, because they think it's so weak, they just attack it right away. I use Tailwind. Now the speed is doubled, and my Typhlosion with Eruption can now go first, like 99% of the time. That was amazing. And then if it didn't go down somehow, because it did have Focus Sash in case there was like a priority move or something, but had Encore, Sunny Day, or Protect. If they didn't manage to take it out, it can still do stuff. And this one I Masuda hunted for. One of 2 Masuda hunts I've done. Not my favorite way to get shinies, but it's pretty efficient when you have it set up correctly. Not too many people probably like shiny Cottony that much, but I love it. Anubis, it was on my original triples team. Close Combat, Flash Cannon, Aura Sphere, Heal Pulse. Bit of a mixed attacker. Didn't even notice that, but it was pretty good. Wasn't really good. I've given it the Lucario Knight at this point, but I never Mega Evolved it in the Battle Maison. This one, Business, the Meowstic. Meowstic is really underrated. Mostly because outside of triple battles, it's not so great. But Prankster plus double screens plus Thunder Wave in this generation, Meowstic is so good. It was originally what I was always using on the left side of my triple battles. Mental Herb currently, I think before I was running on Citrus Berry. It's surprisingly tanky. It's not weak to too much, and it's a really, really good support Pokemon. Plus, you can either run Heal Bell or Safeguard to get rid of status conditions, which are so common in the Battle Maison. Yeah, so Tuco, the Typhlosion again. This was, after Breaking Bad names, just like the perfect name, Tuco. Just like, I can imagine Tuco's head erupting in flames. So it's like that, but with Eruption. Choice Specs, that's why I had the Cottony, because I was debating on like, oh, do I use Choice Scarf or Choice Specs? Because if I have Choice Scarf, I'm fast, but I'm not doing enough damage. If I have Choice Specs, I'm doing enough damage, but I'm not outspeeding everything. And I was like, wait, what if I can just safely get it on the field with Tailwind up? And then it's like, I get the best of both worlds, even better than a Choice Scarf. Tokyo, the Clef Key. Nothing too special about this one. It's kind of similar to, I use it for rotation battles because I could set up Substitute with Prankster and then get like Calm Minds off, and I'd have like the max defense and HP EVs, so then I could Calm Mind, and Dazzling Gleam would start doing a decent amount of damage, and I had leftovers, so it'd heal up each turn. Very tanky with Calm Mind. It's a pretty good strategy. I ran into some issues with it. I don't think I ever actually made it to 50 wins with Clef Key. I did make some subs, and that got subbed out. Royal Mint, again, this was part of the team that was inspired by Money Heist. Royal Mint, because it's like green color, have it in a nest ball. Good IVs. This was what I used a lot in rotation battles. I don't think I had the best set ran on it. Crunch, Rock Slide, Superpower, Thunder Punch. Could have been better. Choice Scarf, Rock Slides are pretty good. Jolly Nature. It's ran to be a very, very fast Tyranitar. So here's Clefairy, niche pick. Not too many people would think of it. But Wolfie VGC was where I got the idea. He likes this Pokemon a lot. Or a decent amount, I think. I know he's used it a couple times and talks about it. But it works really well in triple battles because Friend Guard protects... there's less damage output on your teammates, and there's 2 allies out at once, which makes it really, really good. Plus Follow Me, Helping Hand, Moonblast, and Protect. Could dish out a little damage with Moonblast, but it really wasn't doing anything unless it was like super effective or 4 times super effective. But Follow Me, Helping Hand. Follow Me is just so good. Redirecting attacks is crucial, especially since the AI doesn't know that you're going to use Follow Me. So like, you can be sitting next to your Garchomp, and they use an Ice move, you use Follow Me. I mean, as long as it's not Blizzard. The Ice Beam comes into your Clefairy instead, and you have max defenses, and it's not super effective. And your Garchomp is safe. It's super, super useful. Lalo, the Gyarados. That's the second Pokemon I have named Lalo, but Yeah, it's a Gyarados. I actually give it Bounce, the only flying move that I can possibly learn. Not a great move. If I made this set again, I probably wouldn't even use Bounce at all. Probably just replace it with something else. Gyarados doesn't have much coverage, but with Dragon Dance and Waterfall, it could get pretty powerful. Intimidate, I mean, yeah, that's the main attraction to Gyarados. Though at one point I was running Mega Gyarados, but that weakness to fighting really messed me up because I also had a Tyranitar at the time that I was using it, and it was like I couldn't handle fighting types, so I had to get rid of it. But I did use Gyarados. It's just like I could insert it on the team anytime that I needed something with that was like good overall. Saul Goodman, the Vaporeon. This was really good. Scald does a decent amount of damage. Had Leftovers, Protect, Heal Bell, and Wish. That was really good because I could heal my Pokemon that had taken a lot of damage. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but it actually could do quite a bit of damage with Scald, like a surprising amount of damage. And it's just so bulky, it was hard to take out. Holographic, the Aegislash. This wasn't even like perfect IVs. This didn't have a perfect HP IV, and this was amazing. It has the lowest speed you can possibly get. I know it has a negative speed nature. I think I just made sure it wasn't. I don't think it has 0 speed, but you want it to have 0 speed because basically it starts in shield form and it takes a hit in shield form and then it switches to the attacking form. Like, you don't want it to be faster because then you'll switch to the attacking form before your opponent, and then you get hit when you're in attacking form, which is not what you want. And then the next turn you can go to King's Shield and reset to the defense form while not taking any damage. Yeah, and this is before it was nerfed too, so this was when it was 150 for its special attack, special defense, and then it swaps when you switch to the other mode. The Pokemon is pretty broken. I didn't actually use it that much. I think the physical set is a little better. I have a special set. I don't know. I just don't think I really knew how to use it properly. This Togekiss set I got off of like Reddit or something. Air Slash, Thunder Wave with Serene Grace is unstoppable. Like, if you get that Thunder Wave off, the opponent can't really do anything. Like, Air Slash is 95% accurate. It hits most of the time. If it connects, it's a 60% chance for them to flinch. They just don't move for the turn. And after Thunder Wave, they're like, no Pokemon is going to go before you unless they're super fast. So you flinch there's a 60% chance to flinch on top of the Thunder Wave. And in my single battle streak, where I got all the way to 50 wins, there was an Aggron sitting in front of me, and Togekiss was the last one left. It was just Togekiss versus two Pokemon, and Aggron was in front of me. It had Stone Edge, I presume, which would just one-shot me because I'm weak to it. So I Thunder Wave it, and it resists Air Slash 4 times. So it took a lot of Air Slashes, but it did not get to move once. I think I counted it. It took like 14 turns for it to go down, and somehow I scraped by. And like the next Pokemon that came out was like weak to flying or something, so it was really easy. That was incredible. Like, I don't know how 14 turns 14 turns in a row the Aggron could not move. I mean, that's lucky, but like, it just shows how powerful this really is. But it only works in single battles. I mean, it could work in like doubles or something, but when there's not another threat, it's a lot easier to work with. Cloyster, this would be amazing. I use it for rotation battles. This would be amazing if I probably should have given it Surf rather than Protect, just for more coverage. But I gave it Icicle Spear, Skill Link, you know, I actually discovered this set before I knew it was like a thing, and I thought it was really cool. I was just like using the Showdown team builder, and I was like, oh, that's actually something you can do. Shell Smash, Skill Link, Icicle Spear. I didn't know people had like discovered it, but I figured it out by myself. I didn't really competitively breed this one at all. It just doesn't have any IVs. It's EV trained. It was really good. I think Calm is like negative attack too. Or it's not plus attack, I know that. But Shell Smash, Icicle Spear is just ridiculous because, yeah, you lower your defenses, but also you're doubling your speed, attack, and special attack. That's just really, that you don't want to be facing that. Home, the Guard of War, Timid Nature. I ran it on Choice Scarf once. Life Orb or something at one point. I used Mega Guard of War quite a bit. It's really good with Hyper Voice because you get pixelate boosted Hyper Voices. And those are really powerful. Just like nothing really resists it besides Steel, Fire, and Poison. Very good overall. And then here's some of my ones that I have them. I use them on my older teams. These were just like when I was first figuring out how to do team building. So we have I have Merciless up here, which has good IVs, but this is my first one, which only has a defense IV. That was perfect. I think that was just random. I hadn't bred this or anything. So it has Shadow Claw, Power Up Punch, Fake Out, Protect. No return. I think I ran this on like Dizzy Punch at one point. I did not really know what I was doing. I didn't know that return existed, I don't think. I don't have a move that's more than 75 base power. Yeah, I don't. And I don't have very good IVs either. I don't know how I made that work. Shadow Claw. Wow. I really was not thinking. Papelbon, the Conch Elder. Named it after a baseball player I really liked when I was a kid. Flame Orb, Guts. The standard Papelbon. I mean, Papelbon. Conch Elder set. Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Poison Jab. No, that's not really that standard. I didn't know what I was doing with the moves as much. Not that there's too much better. I think I ran it at Assault Vest at 1.2. It works, but not that well now. Especially the fairy types are in the game, it really pushed it over the edge. Like I know in Unova, Conch Elder was dominant, but that was especially when it was like black and white Pokemon only, I think, and like competitive. But now that there's like fairy types and other types, it's not as dominant. And especially since I didn't know what I was doing, it definitely didn't feel very good. This is my original Shadow, the Hydreigon. Didn't have a good nature. I would just like go on DexNav and just hope that I would get good IVs. And you could see, I think the maximum you could get was 3 perfect IVs, unless you got lucky. So that's how I got a lot of these. Like they would just have 3 perfect IVs. Like we have another Papelbon. I switched out Conch Elder for for Throw. So I started with Throw and then I switched it to Conch Elder because Conch Elder is just better overall. Yeah, this wasn't very good. Retaliate, Earthquake, Bulk Up, Storm Throw. It's okay, but it definitely wasn't what I needed. Also, I had Guts. I think I gave it the Flame Orb. Like, it just doesn't do enough damage. It was fun to use, though. And then I have 2 Luxray. I've made 2 of these, and I can't remember what I did different. The first one had less IVs. I think the female one looks better. Intimidate, of course. Yeah, Intimidate is just a really good ability, but Luxray isn't that good. Like Wild Charge, when it worked, it worked. It had a screen. I usually had it set light screen. Yeah, this one has light screen. Meowstic was much better, even though it didn't have Intimidate. Luxray is just not that good for competitive. I mean, in playthroughs, I'm sure it's really good. When I play Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, I'm probably going to use a Luxray, but it's just hard to use in the Battle Maison. Especially when, like, I didn't know what I was doing as much when I was using it. Now, for the exciting part, the real exciting part, the Shinies. Yeah. These took a lot of time, and these are the main reason why I have so much time invested into these games. All of them are named after Star Wars characters. That's my theme for all my shiny Pokemon. Yeah, so This is my shiny Sceptile. I reset for it at the beginning of the game. Like, you just go up to the bag and just reset until you get it. This wasn't my original starter. It was like when I reset my secondary game. It took like 40 hours. I don't remember the exact amount of resets. I think it was like 2,500. No shiny charm, because you can't have the shiny charm at the beginning of the game. These were long resets, but I wasn't really paying attention while I was doing it. I was able to like watch a movie, and I had like other hunts going at the same time. I have like 4 DSs I can set up and shiny hunt with. Tipoca, the Reuniclus. I really like shiny Reuniclus. It looks super cool. I named it Tipoca after Camino, Tipoca City, the capital in Star Wars. I got this. This was just like a random encounter. I was hunting for it. I was just running around in Reflection Cave on XY. That was a little tough because I had to repel on because I wanted Solosis specifically, but there was repel. I couldn't bike around in there. I had to hold down the B button with a clothespin because I didn't want to walk, and you couldn't roller skate or bike around in the cave, and I wanted to run around as fast as possible. That one was like 3 phases too. I found a Mr. Mime, a Carbink. I mean, it was just 2 phases. I don't know, but it took a while. This one took like 2 weeks, which is a lot when you have the shiny charm. Bestine 4. It's like a random moon in Star Wars. I can't say I know too much about it. Gallade. I use this for false swipe a little bit. It's good because it's Thunderwave, false swipe, level 62. It's really cool, especially when it mega evolves. Mega Gallade shiny looks really cool. Same with Gardevoir. I'll go through these right now. I have Ralts, Curlia, Gardevoir, and then I have another Gardevoir, and another. I have a Gallade. I think I found 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I found 7. My goal was to get a female Gardevoir because, I mean, Gardevoir, it just looks more feminine, and I wanted to have a female one. Fortunately, Dexnav is very easy once you encounter something a lot of times. Like, I think I found a Gardevoir in like 20 minutes after I found another Gardevoir. Ralts. I found a Ralts, and then like 20 minutes later I found another shiny Ralts. Like, I had like 999 encounters. Like, it took me a long time to get to the first one, but then once I was at 999, and the odds are like 1 in 170 at that point. I just kept finding them, and they were all male, and I wanted them to be female, so I just have a couple random shiny Ralts here. I don't really do anything with them, but they're cool. Shiny Melodic. I used this in my Alpha Sapphire playthrough. Basically, I got a bunch of shinies in Omega Ruby, and then I traded them to Alpha Sapphire. I think the same game that I hunted Sceptile in, and I just played through the game with shinies. It was really fun. Okay, so here's Golduck. It's a pretty cool one. It's not amazing, but it's a pretty cool shiny. I've used it for like false swipe and stuff. I mean, not false swipe, for Dexnav hunting. Level 97, I got it up pretty high. It's a little subtle. It kind of just looks like normal Golduck. And I also have shiny Psyduck. I was looking for a shiny Hoppip. I couldn't find one, but I found 2 Psyducks and a Roselia. Horde hunting. Horde hunting is very easy, so the ones I got from Horde hunting, like, didn't take all that time, especially since I have like 4 devices going at once. So the last 2 were from Horde hunting. Melodic, oh yeah, Melodic was very easy as well because there's a 100% chance to get Feebas if... Wait, that's what it's called, right? Feebas. Yeah, Feebas. If you're under a certain bridge at a certain time of day, it's a 100% chance to get Feebas. And then it's chain fishing, which is like the easiest shiny hunting method. It's like 1 in 100 odds. Unknown. This was the first shiny I got after I got the shiny charm. I was like, oh, I wonder if the shiny charm works. Or I don't know. I just wanted to like test out the shiny charm, and I went to a Mirage Island. Found this after like 50 encounters, and it just looks really cool. I named it Cad Bane. I like shiny Unknown. It's just a nice shade of blue. Swalot, another blue one. I haven't mentioned this, but If you see, I have like all of my blue shinies in one box, and it's named after a Star Wars planet to keep things consistent. This has some interesting moves: Ice Beam, Rock Smash, Shadow Ball, and Strength. I think I've used it for like dex nav hunting and stuff. It actually looks pretty cool. I like Swalot because of this shiny. Like, I would never really think of the Pokemon, but Swalot's pretty cool. Shuppet, I found recently. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna horde hunt a little bit. I hadn't shiny hunted in a while, and I was like, I'm just gonna horde hunt. And after like 10 hordes, I found a Shuppet. I don't love this one. It's just kind of whatever, but I have it. This is Pidove. I haven't evolved it because the rest of the line just isn't that exciting. I don't know. I just haven't evolved it yet. Maybe I should. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about doing a living dex of shinies. So like some of them I'm just not evolving yet because I want to get them a different way or something. I might evolve them. I don't know. Like I have this Voltorb. Haven't evolved it into Electrode yet. I just kind of like not evolving some of my Pokemon, especially the shinies. I have a Yanma. Compound Eyes. Compound Eyes is a really good ability. It gets like 75% accurate hypnosis. I really like Compound Eyes paired with Galvantula because then you get 90% accurate thunders with no rain, so that's pretty cool. And that's named after like the robot racing planet from Star Wars, Ando Prime. Caught in a Nest Ball. Again, haven't evolved it. This one I'm thinking about evolving. I think Yanmega looks really cool. It was another case of like, I hadn't shiny hunted in a while, and like the first horde that I encountered this in, I just got shiny. So yeah, most of these were horde hunts. Like Swalot was a horde hunt when I was looking for Scraggy. Pidove was Dex Nav, which is a little more difficult. Voltorb was horde hunts. So a lot of these are horde hunt shinies. Metapod, I love Metapod. This was just like searching around Santaloon Forest, no horde involved. Having a repeat ball. I love orange. Like I know most people wouldn't think much of shiny Metapod, but I really, really like shiny Metapod. That orange is so crisp. Arcanine, I don't really like Arcanine shiny, but I do have it. Got it through Dex Nav. I don't know, it just looks weird to me. I like normal Arcanine, but shiny Arcanine, just something looks off about it. This is cool. Centauri Kree, named it after Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Like the ancient Jedi, Centauri Kree, and Kobo, because that's also from that game. So I have both of them, got them from horde hunting. This was also used for that Alpha Sapphire save, where I played through with only shinies. And I could like Mega Evolve it. Mega Altaria shiny looks pretty cool. Seeking, again another orange shiny, pretty cool. Have it at level 100. I've used it quite a bit for Dex Nav. Again, has some good moves, not too crazy. Named it Echo, like from the Bad Batch. This was another chain fishing one, so it's pretty easy to get. I have Sacy Tin, the Larvesta, named after a Jedi. It has, I don't know, I don't really like shiny Volcarona. I like normal Volcarona better than shiny Volcarona, so I don't know, I just haven't evolved it yet. I really like the yellow details. I got it in the Safari Zone, so that's like a 1 in 500 chance of being shiny. Poochyena, Magaluf, it's like a random side character in Star Wars from the second movie. Again, haven't evolved it yet. I could pretty easily get another Poochyena because I have it at such a high Dex Nav level. This was another horde hunt. Another horde hunt, John Vander. The Nose Pass. I haven't really used this too much. Scraggy, another one I haven't evolved. I really need to evolve some of these. Like, this one would look really cool as a Scrafty. Caterpie, Cloudcar. I could evolve it into a Butterfree. I think I just like Caterpie better. I found this in Santaloon Forest, no horde hunt, just walking around with the shiny charm. This one was interesting. I was not shiny hunting whatsoever. I think I was trying to get Starly so I could breed up that Staraptor, and just out of the blue, I found a shiny Chingling. This was really cool. Got it on a luxury ball. Again, I don't think I'm going to evolve this one. I like the orange. I really like shiny Chingling. I will get a shiny Chimico at some point. I think that's really cool too. Donphan. I'm not a fan of Donphan shiny. I don't know. It's cool. I like it. I like having it, but it's not really one of my favorites. Bouffalant. I really like Bouffalant. I wanna train one up in black and white. It's such a cool Pokemon. It's like Tauros, but just more awesome. And having a Sap Sipper ability is really cool. I have one on my white save, and having Sap Sipper was really nice at some points. Shiny Sandile, another one I haven't evolved. Wow, I really need to evolve some of these. Moxie ability, got this through Dexnav. Nest Ball, named it Boga. I think that fits a lot because it's like that lizard snake that Obi-Wan rides in the 3rd movie. Meditite. I don't think I'm going to evolve this one. I don't really like Medicham shiny, even though it can Mega Evolve and stuff. I like this a little better. Pure Power. It has a Pure Power ability, which I think is actually guaranteed. Because I was Horde Hunt, so I couldn't have gotten the hidden ability. So it's very strong. I mean, it's a Meditite, but Pure Power is such a good ability. Masana like from the Fallen Order game. This was part of my back-to-back shinies. Chain fishing, so it's not that crazy, but I was at 1 in 100 odds, and I got back-to-back shinies. I got a Love Disc and then a Staryu right after. That was pretty cool. I also have an Illumise, another one from Dexnav. I don't really like this one. It's okay. I don't even know why I really hunted for this one, but named after Princess Leia's mom in Star Wars. Now to the green ones. Tarful. Not Tarful. Go-Goat named Tarful. The Wookiee chieftain. Super clean shiny. I really like Go-Goat. If I play the Battle Maison again, I really want to make a Go-Goat. I think it could work. It would be really cool, and just like this white. I love this shiny. It's so clean. And then I also have Chieftain. I got both of these through the radar. The radar is. I don't like the radar too much. I have only gotten a couple shinies through it. It's exciting, but when you're not getting shinies or like you keep failing the grass patches, it gets like overwhelming. Have Stantler, nice green color. I like the green shinies. A lot of people don't. I do. Spinda, named after an Andor character. I like Spinda. I think it's pretty cool. Queen Julia. I also have a shiny Sawaddle. Pretty cool. I wanted a female again, so I didn't evolve this one, and then I got a Leavanny later. It's very subtle. Like, I wish I got it in black and white or something, because it's just so subtle. Like, it barely looks any different, but it is cool to have a shiny one. Shiny Zubat. I actually like shiny Zubat, even though it's like flapping around really fast and looks kind of weird. I like that shade of green, and it was fun to get. It was a horde hunt again. I could probably get Crobat and Golbat pretty easily, because I have such a high Dex-Nav encounter rate, and it's just a horde hunt. Mr. Mime, this is what I got this in Reflection Cave while I was searching for Reuniclus Solosis. Pretty cool. Again, I don't really like this one. I also got a female. It's Mr. Mime, so I would have rather to get a male, but it is what it is. Sunkern is the most subtle shiny of them all. I got it while Dex-Nav hunting. Sunflora, it's also pretty subtle. I like this one a lot better. But it's still not that cool. Cascoon. This would, like, I hadn't shiny hunted in so long. Like, I know, like, I quit shiny hunting for a while because I was at, like, 5,000 encounters on something. I was like, I'm so bored of this. So then I stopped for a while, and then I came back, and then I just hopped on the Alpha Sapphire. I was like, I'm gonna start shiny hunting again, and like 2 encounters later, this popped up. That was a weird one, but I will not be complaining. Have a Minun. I got this through horde hunting again. This was pretty cool. Not too much to say about it though. Roselia, I got it while looking for Scrafty. Or Scraggy. I could probably evolve this one. It's pretty cool. Like the black rose. I like it. Hunter, I've used this quite a bit for horde hunting because it has the sweet scent move. It's level 76. I don't know why it's such a high level, but I have an Everstone on it because I don't want it to evolve. I do really want a Vileplume, but I just want to keep this one Hunter for now. Carablast, I got this. This was another one that wasn't a horde hunt. I just was like walking around on Route 14 and why. I gave it an Everstone. I realized I gave it an Everstone because I forgot that it was a trait evolution. I didn't want this one to evolve originally, but I'm seriously considering evolving this one. But I think I'm gonna get another Carablast and evolve it. I really want one in black and white. Like that black and white sprite looks so much cooler. Sandshrew, pretty cool. This one was like, I got to like 1,000 encounters and I was like, maybe I should dex nav for it, and then dex nav wasn't working even though I was on 999 encounters, and then I went back to horde hunting and found it pretty soon after. Pretty cool though. Who doesn't love shiny Charizard? That is gorgeous. Friend Safari, 1 in 500 chance. I got a Charmeleon. That's so clean. I love that one, and I can Mega Evolve it. I'll go into the Pokedex, and that's my trainer card. Oops. Shiny Charizard looks really cool. Shiny Mega Charizard X. That looks really cool. But I think the best one is this one. That just looks so cool. Purple is nice. But I think the best one is just standard Charizard. Okay, so Manectric, that also looks really cool. Got this for my Alpha Sapphire playthrough. I think that was also a horde hunt. Have the Mega Manectric. I don't think it looks that cool, Mega Manectric. I think normal Manectric looks cooler, shiny. Vivillon. Compound Eyes, Hurricane. It's just like Thunder with Galvantula. I forgot about this, but Sleep Powder and Hurricane with Compound Eyes, which increases your accuracy, and those moves drawback are their accuracy. So getting rid of those drawbacks is really, really good. Like people even use this in competitive sometimes because of this Compound Eyes, and Sleep Powder being 100% accurate or like 98% accurate is, that's dangerous. If this Pokemon were just like a little faster, this would be like a huge threat. If it had a little more stats, like more speed and more special attack, that would be dangerous. Camerupt, I thought this would be cooler. I thought it would be like a darker black, but it's more like a light, it's more like a very dark blue. I mean, it's gray. It's kind of blue. I don't know. It's not black. I wish it was like like a matte black. That would be sick. Also have Mega Camerupt. It's kind of the same deal. I don't love the color. I like Camerupt enough though. This is one of my favorites, Carbink. Just that shade of blue is so nice. I got this also while hunting for Solosis. And that one is like an actual matte black, which looks so cool. Axu. I got this from horde hunting, but it was a really rare horde hunt. It was a 5% chance to get it in Zubat Cave. No, Connecting Cave in the Kalos region. It was one of those times where I was like, I just got the feeling that I was gonna get a shiny, and it just popped up. I'd been shiny hunting for a while. I was like 4 times over odds or something, but I got the rare one, so it was worth it. I don't think I'm gonna evolve it. I think like this purple Axu just looks so cool. I want the whole line. I'm gonna get all 3 of them, so I will eventually have all 3. I really like Fracture. I really like Haxorus. Shiny and normal. Cool Pokemon overall. Nuzleaf, I'm not gonna evolve this. It's orange. It looks really cool. Shiny Gyarados. I mean, who doesn't have a shiny Gyarados, right? It's like, I think this is the easiest shiny to get of all time, because you have chain fishing. It's like 100% chance when it was really easy back on like Fire Red Leaf Green. Its egg cycle is 5. It's the only Pokemon to have an egg cycle of 5. So Masuda hunting this thing is like super easy. And then obviously like Gold, Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It's a guaranteed shiny. That's crazy. I actually used this a little bit in the Battle Maison, but it just didn't have good enough EVs. I mean IVs. Also didn't know what I was doing. Pecha Berry? Isn't that like to cure paralysis? Or poison? I don't even know what that berry does, but just Lumberry. Why didn't I use a Lumberry? Also Magikarp. Super easy to get shiny Magikarp. Chain fishing. Both of these were with chain fishing. I didn't like transfer them up from Soul Silver because I can't transfer up from Soul Silver. I can transfer up to Black and White from Soul Silver, but I don't use like homebrew or anything. I want to keep my devices clean, so I don't think I'm ever really going to be able to transfer up Pokemon. So these are just straight up from chain fishing. Scolipede. This one was like near that big castle thing in XY. Cool area. It was like a bush hunt. Like I would reset the route. I would run off the route back into the route, and then the bushes would reset. I'd run into the bush. I'm glad I didn't get an Audino there. I was really hoping for a Venipede, and that's what I got. It's like 600 encounters. It was pretty good with Shiny Charm. And now this looks really cool. Like that evolution is nice. I really like this. This was my second Masuda hunt. Well, not my first, because Cotton, it was more recent. My first of 2. Infernape. I like normal Infernape better. I wish I kept this as a Monferno. Monferno is really cool, and its animations in 3D are so cool. Like it like flips around in the air before it punches. I really like that, and it doesn't do that with Infernape. But, you know, I mean, it still looks cool. I plan on getting another Monferno at some point. Fletchinder. Again, I haven't evolved it into Talonflame. This was quite the story. Like, I was on the radar, and I think you had to get like 40 to be able to get the maximum shiny odds. So, but I was going to run out of repels. I had like 5 repels left before I was going to run out, and I had the chain, and it takes so long to build up a chain. I didn't want to build up the chain again, but I was almost out of repels, and if you encounter another Pokemon, then you lose the chain. And I just got it at like the last second. It was so exciting. I was like sweating. I was sweating. I did not want to have to do the chain again because it takes so long. Gastrodon. I had kept this as a Shellos for a while, but I was like, I might as well evolve this one. It has Sandforce and not Storm Drain. I'm kind of sad about that. I think that's its hidden ability. But yeah, it's like I got it through Dexnav, so I could have gotten a hidden ability, and I did. But it's like this one, some Pokemon have worse hidden abilities than their normal ability, and this is one of them. Aaron, I should really evolve this one. Mega Aggron shiny would be so cool. ATTE, so like I named it after, well, I want to get an Aggron and name it Juggernaut shiny, because Star Wars like tanks. That'd be a really good name for it. Okay. My purple Kingdra looks really cool. I want another Horsey. I had a Horsey and then I evolved it, but Horsey looks really cool shiny. It's just such a nice shade of blue. Got it through chain fishing. These ones aren't too hard to get. But I was like 2 times over odds. Cophagrigus. That's a nice shiny. I really like this. The pink, the purple. I got it on a Mirage Island. I'd been hunting for a while, but it was I wasn't even dex nabbing. Like, for a while, I would just, like I could have done dex nav, but I would rather just, like, run around in the cave. Especially with the caves. Like, dex nav in caves was super annoying. Like, it was hard to encounter Pokemon, basically. So I was like, I might as well just, like, bike around and use normal odds and not get the increased odds. Because, like, the shiny charm, it's, like, 1 in 2,000... I mean, 1 in 1,296? No, that's not right. Is it? 1 in 1,000... No, 1,196. So the odds are, like, pretty good to just, like, run around. Zoroark, level 70, Dagangara. That's, like, a Jedi Survivor character, I think. Illusion ability, of course. I really like this one. I like Zorua too. I got it through Dex Nav. It's a really good Pokemon. Tentacruel, I like Tentacruel a lot. These are my purple shinies, so level 100, use it a lot for Dex Nav. Also have a Tentacool. I got this really quickly. I got this without the shiny charm, but I mean, I got it through like 7 encounters without the shiny charm, so I hadn't even built up too much of a fishing chain yet. It was like 1 in 600 at the time that I got it, and I got it after 7 encounters. I was actually looking for a Magikarp because I was going to use a shiny Gyarados for my playthrough. And also have Behem, Huyang, that's a cool Star Wars character. Caught in a luxury ball. Doesn't totally fit, but it works pretty well. Very subtle shiny, not like an amazing one. Wurmple. It's a Wurmple. Haven't evolved it. I don't know. I like the purple. It's pretty cool. Got it with Horde Hunting. Spoink. That was cool. Got it with Horde Hunting. I like it. It's pretty cool. Spritzy. That was... I'd been shiny hunting for a while. I'd been shiny... It was like 20 hours since I got a shiny. Yeah. It's pretty cool, though. I haven't evolved it. I really like the purple, so I'm like, I don't know. Why would I even evolve it? Sharpedo. Shiny Sharpedo. Pretty cool. It's kind of a weird color of purple. Not my favorite, but Mega evolving it is nice. Corphish. This was nice. I really like Corphish. Haven't evolved it again. Got it with chain fishing. I got it after like 8 encounters. It was pretty fast. This one I was like 2.5 times over odds with Dex Nav. But it's a really cool one. It was worth it. Plus I got to do it while diving, and diving underwater in ORAS is super fun. Delibird. This one I thought I wasn't going to be able to capture because it ran out of moves. It only has present. I didn't realize that. It only has... Present has 15 power points. And I was just chucking balls at it like I didn't know it was going to run out of power points. Always do your research when shiny hunting. That was a little scary, but it was nice that I caught it. I started using repeat balls because there was a higher chance of capturing it. Shiny Mega Metagross. And, well, normal Mega Metagross too. If you'll notice, that's my OT. I did not... I know there's like a gift that's like 100% guaranteed to get you this Metagross, which probably isn't available anymore anyway. But I did it the old-fashioned way of soft resetting. Not bad. I think it was like 900 encounters with the shiny charm. But that's so nice. That's one of my favorites that I have. Named it Coruscant because the full city planet capital of Star Wars, the Star Wars universe. That's just so cool. And I use it for my Alpha Sapphire playthrough, so I actually got to use it. This is the Staryu I was talking about where I got it right after the shiny Love Disc. I do have some shiny legendaries, not too many, but I will go over them right after I go through the normal legendaries. I love the legendaries in ORAS, like just going around all the Mirage Islands and stuff. As a kid, I remember it. Like, I didn't have any like resource, so I had to just like figure it out by myself how to find them, and they all have random methods. Like, you have to have a level 100 Pokemon in your party, or have to have Landorus. Or to get Landorus, you have to have like Thundurus and Tornadus in your party at the same time. They all have random, very specific restrictions around encountering it. But I got pretty much all of them here, I think, from both games. Groudon, of course. Kyogre. Rayquaza. Deoxys. Xerneas. Got my French save. Yveltal. Zygarde. Latios. Latios. Articuno, level 100. Zapdos, level 100. And Moltres, level 100. I did not even know I had these at level 100. The reason why... I don't know how I have Zapdos at level 100, but... Moltres and Articuno... I literally like had to play through the entire game each time to capture each one of these. I had to play, yeah, I played through 2 more times of X and Y because of this. I've played through X and Y quite a bit. I had like 4 saves in the past couple of years. But yeah, level 100 because I think I did a bunch. I always use these Pokemon to level up my other Pokemon. And I would do that in like the restaurant area. So they would just get a ton of XP because all those Pokemon you battle are like level 60. So even though they have slow evolution rates, I think they start, you capture them at like level 70, so they're already a high level, and then I grinded with them so much. I don't know how I got to level 100 with Zapdos, because I remember using Articuno and Moltres a lot for Heat Wave and Blizzard. No idea how I got this to level 100, maybe I put it in the daycare or something. Regirock, didn't level up this one. Regice, Registeel, Regigigas. I didn't level up any of those at all. I don't really like the Regis too much. No offense, Gen 3 fans. I like Regice. But the other 3, like... I would like Regigigas if it weren't for slow start. Ho-Oh. I cannot wait for the day that I have shiny Ho-Oh. I'm planning on getting in Heart Gold. Lugia. Pretty cool. Heatran, cool. Uxie, Mesprit, Zelf, kind of whatever. I like them. They're cool. I don't know why I used a Master Ball on that, but I did. Dialga, I love Dialga. Who doesn't love Dialga? Just such a cool Pokemon. Favorite Legendary? I think that's my favorite Legendary. Palkia, also pretty cool. I have never played Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and I'm super excited to play them. Giratina, Virizion, Terrakion. I like Terrakion, has that nice little orange detailing. Cabalion, very cool. Zekrom. I just caught Reshiram the other day because I realized I didn't have it. I have it in a different form, which you'll see in a second. A much rarer form, but I was like, oh, I don't even have a normal one, so I went and captured this because I got the other one in a different save and I reset. So then I got this Reshiram like yesterday, I think. Kyurem, really cool Pokemon. Raikou, I want a shiny Raikou so bad. It looks... I'm thinking of doing the roaming hunt. I don't know. I don't know if I have the heart for that. That's a tough shiny hunt. And like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, that can take like a year of solid grinding. But it would be so nice. And it's also a 50-50 to get like Entei or Raikou. So I don't know if I really want to do that, but I really like the sprite for it in Gen 4 because it's orange. But I'll definitely be picking it up in Omega Ruby anyway. Entei. I like it. I want to get a shiny at some point. Suicune. Pretty cool. Tornadus. The genie Pokemon are some of my favorites. Landorus is like my favorite Pokemon for many reasons, but yeah, I have it. I have Thundurus and Tornadus. I don't know if I showed both, but yeah, Landorus just, it's so cool. Cresselia. Also, I'm shiny hunting Landorus in black and white right now. Wish me luck. I have like 1,000 encounters. Been doing it for a couple of days. I have it. I'm hunting on 2 saves at once, and I'm also going to be, no matter what, if I get a modest nature, I don't care. I don't care. I'm bringing it to the battle subway for my singles team, for a sand team. It's going to be super fun. Cresselia. It's a cool island. I like the Crescent Isle, but I don't really like Cresselia too much. Mewtwo. Cool Pokemon. Not very good competitively or anything. I just don't really think about it too much. Jesse for Breaking Bad. Alright. And finally, my first ever shiny. Reshiram. Well, okay. I might have gotten a shiny Zangoose. Yeah, shiny Zangoose in like 2013 or something, because for a long time I thought that Zangoose had 2 forms, a blue one and a red one. It turns out the shiny is blue. So because of that, I think that I got a shiny Zangoose. Not sure if I captured it or not, because I just thought it was like another Zangoose. I don't know if I noticed the sparkles or what. Maybe I didn't. But I really thought there was a blue one, so that makes sense that I got a shiny, because other than that, I've never gotten a shiny up to this point where I got this Reshiram. Which, this was an actual hunt. Like, it wasn't like I randomly got a shiny Reshiram. I just found out about shiny hunting, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't think I realized how difficult it was. Like, I was at like 400 encounters, and I was like, why haven't I gotten it yet? I did get it pretty early. I got it after like 2,000 encounters. Level 100. Just, I mean, that's so cool. I love Reshiram. I love Reshiram's cry. I love Pokemon Black and White. I wish the tail glowed. This glows like orange or green on the shiny in Black and White, but not on this sprite. Like, I don't think it ever makes that move. Maybe when it battles. I don't know. I don't think it even does that when it battles. Shiny Terrakion. Very cool shiny. Not orange anymore, but I just really like Terrakion's build and how it looks with the shiny. Heatran. All that's different is really the eyes. I almost reset over it because I didn't notice that it was shiny. I caught it with a critical capture too. Shiny Mesprit. This was like 800 encounters. None of these were really over odds. They were all like, I think Terrakion might have been like 200 encounters. But I mean, I've had bad luck with shiny hunting. I have relatively good luck with shiny hunting. I've had really bad luck and I've had really good luck. Really nothing in between. I've never been too consistent with like good luck or like mediocre luck. It's always like I either have really bad luck or really good luck. But overall, I think I have better luck than most people with shiny hunting so far. Shiobird, Lugia from Fallen Order, Shiobird. Level 80, I'll level it up a bit. It's cool. I like the pink and the red. It's pretty nice. And that's it for my box tour. That was a lot of recording. To wrap it up, I think I'll just go over some of my favorite places, favorite locations. One of my favorite things about ORAS is soaring in the sky. I think I like soaring at night better, but it's not nighttime yet. I'll be soaring in the sky. There's 2 different soundtracks, one for night, one for day. Just get to soar around the sky. Like, that's just super cool. And find Mirage Islands. I love doing that when I first got the game. One of my favorite locations, Sky Pillar. Find Rayquaza here. and the Delta episode. This is like really good, like really good theme, really good vibes. It's just a big pillar. Got the organs. I'm gonna get attacked. I really like Sky Pillar. One of my favorite locations in all of Pokemon is Meteor Falls. Put on some Repel. I have a lot of Repel. 200. Oh my god, like this is such a cool location. Look at that waterfall. No, stop. The theme is so nice. I think I like it better in like Emerald. I haven't played Emerald. I've played Ruby. But I like it better in Gen 3, like the theme and how it looks. But I also really like it in ORAS too. It's really good in both games. And like the last place of note in Omega Ruby that I really like is Four Tree City. It's just people that live in trees. It's like Kashyyyk from Star Wars or something. They just live in tree houses, like, and they have a cool theme. I would live here. I would live in Four Tree City. So yeah, if you made it this far, that's crazy. It's been quite the adventure playing Pokemon this much. I've slowed down quite a bit. Like a lot of this gameplay was like from a year ago. I haven't picked up these games in a while, but I've been playing a lot of Black and White lately. I haven't really been playing much ORAS or XY besides like playing some Battle Maison and stuff. But I'll definitely be making a video on my Black and White experience. There's a lot that's happening there. And it's going to be a lot better too. Like this video, I wasn't really planning on making a video for this. So like the Black and White one, it's a lot more structured. I really completed the game. Like I've journaled everything that happened. I have a whole journal here with like, I literally, every time I play Black and White, I have it journaled. So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff there. Have the Black and White handbook, both of them. I have volume 1 and volume 2. They were expensive, but I really like $30. At $45 for both of them. One was less expensive, but I like having the hard copy, so I don't have to look stuff up on the internet and stuff. But yeah. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my main channel if you want, or unsubscribe, dislike, dislike, I don't really care. Unsubscribe, subscribe. Yeah, this is my first video on this channel. This was pretty fun though. I haven't made a video like this before. My voice is gone. I never talk this much.